Good morning. This is Karen with Kinetic Karma. I'm experimenting on something different today on how I can get you guys to see more of the layout that I'm doing as I'm talking. I'm still using my phone. I don't have a camera and a stand, so it's kind of jerry-rigged, but that's okay. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to do a reading on this Monday morning, this beautiful, bright, ecstatic Monday morning. It is a pleasure. Let me start off by doing a silent prayer. Okay, so in my meditation, before I got on camera, I used my gongs, and I did it, but it wasn't like this. It was extremely, extremely loud, and that is very unusual. Normally, the gongs are more of what you just heard. They tone on a lower level, but today it was like out there. So that told me that on some level we're dealing with really external energy. We're dealing with as opposed to internal. We're dealing with the externalization, the more yang energy in terms of what's going on. And when I look outside my window and I look at the bright, crisp day, the bright, crisp morning, that corresponds to what I got when I heard the gongs as well. So I'm going to use the Kepler deck to start the reading off. I'm going to do, I'm doing a 5-card spread. 5-card spread. Is that right? Okay. All right. We'll do a 5. So we're going to do what is at the center, what is central to today, to our understanding, to this reading. What is the central message that we're dealing with today, please, Spirit? Great fortune. Well now. That is certainly external in terms of how I feel. Great fortune. Wow. That's central to today. It's that kind of a day when you're seeking great major fortune, that it looks like it's bright, it looks like it's loud, it looks like it's like just showing up on the scene, dominating everything. That's what I'm getting from this card. And I'd like to know what is coming on the internal side, what has happened. High honor, and what have you done to get that high honor? Oh God, wealthy man. Either you are a wealthy man, you met a wealthy man, you know a wealthy man, but you're getting high honor from a wealthy man. And to the right, to the externalization, there is the privileged lady. Oh my goodness, I can't make this up. Let me move it over so you could see what's going on. Privileged lady. And the last card in this spread is going to be pathway. It's always a choice in this world. In this world, there's always opportunity. There's always free will. Okay, is what I'm getting from pathway. But the pathway is bright. Excuse me. The pathway is like extremely lit, like almost as though the pathway is shining down into the great fortune. And if you notice the masculine card, there's a level of that same light coming through. See how the color, it's subtle, but it's there. So the pathway is to great fortune. There's a wealthy man and a privileged lady who are gonna have great honor. And that could be because you're gonna be a power couple. It could be your divine masculine, divine feminine here that are joining together to do some amazing work on the 3D level, in terms of philanthropy, in terms of doing work to clean up the planet, the environment, saving the planet, honoring the planet, doing work to help those who can't help themselves, the children, the elderly. You know, that's the kind of work this couple is going to be doing, and that's why there's such great fortune here. Oh my, this is amazing. So they're saying to me, don't be afraid when it hits. Don't be afraid when this cycle actually shows up in your experience. Don't run away. Do what you need to do in order to, help this to manifest. Get on that wave is what they're saying. There's a wave coming, and I don't know if the wealthy man and the privileged lady know each other yet, or if you don't, but it doesn't matter. But there is a wave, and it's a wave of abundance, a wave of wealth, a wave of good luck, a wave of fortune, major fortune. And they want you to ride it. They want you to be in the front, riding the crest of it like a surfer, is what they're showing me. Don't punk out, they're saying. I don't know why they're telling me that, but that's what they're telling me. So now the next deck I want to use is a new deck that I have. It is Gertrude Harishi Mudras for the body, mind, and spirit. And I've been wanting to get a mudra deck for a long time. And I was very, very disciplined, I think, in waiting. And I did, because there was one period where I was just like buying tarot cards and oracles, like I was going out of my mind, like I was losing my mind. But so I waited, and I eventually got this deck. So I want to know, Spirit, please give me what it is that the mudra is that will assist us in receiving and riding this wave of great fortune, the crest of the wave. What is it that will support us in terms of a mudra? They're saying cut. And it's the transformation. Okay. This mudra refreshes the spirit and gives harmony, balance, and equanimity. Make sure your arms are horizontal and keep your hands up as high as your throat. While you are performing the mudra, imagine a bowl of lemons in front of you. All but one are shiny and flawless. The odd one out has an ugly mark on it. What you get annoyed about it or not makes no difference at all. The mark is there, and that is that. The best thing is to squeeze all the juice out of the lemons. Add the good portion of the sugar and make sweet lemonade out of the situation. I'm sorry. The thought is, I am so clever and ingenious that I can use any situation to my advantage. And I make sure that the greatest good for all comes out of it. I am so clever and ingenious that I can use any situation to my advantage, and I make sure that the greatest good for all comes out of it. I'm going to say it one more time. I am so clever and ingenious that I can use any situation to my advantage, and I make sure that the greatest good comes out for all. Well, when we're dealing with major fortune, ma'at, we are dealing with the greater good. We're dealing with the community. We're dealing with society, not just yourself, not just individual wealth, but wealth of a land, wealth of a nation, wealth of a people. So when it says the greatest good for all comes out of it, that's very important. And it shows me that it's right in line with this reading, because you know, you can't have great fortune without the greatest good being taken into effect. You can't have great fortune when you just take from the pot and you never give. There's no balance there. There's no equanimity there. So if you're living a good life, if you're receiving finances and abundance constantly flowing into you, it is required that you balance that by giving away some of that. It is required that you give back to that which gives to you. So if the greater good is giving to you, then you need to give back to the greater good. That's a good way to put it. All right, so this is our mudra card for the day, related to this reading. And then I want to go again, and I want to do a mystic mudra card from this deck, because it's my favorite mudra deck. It's my first one, and it's so beautiful. Has a lot of poses, yoga poses, which I'm into, and it's just, you know, a very balanced deck, I want to say. Don't ask me why. Okay, and the pose from this deck and the mantra, well, the pose is the womb pose. Can you see? And the mantra is, I am one with the earth. Compassion flows through me. I am one with the earth. Compassion flows through me. I am one with the earth. Compassion flows through me. This is very interesting that is the mantra, because look at the earth. It's cracked. It's scorched. It's a scorched earth. And even though on this planet at this time, during this day and time, there's all this scorched earth happenings occurring, you know, with regard to the virus, with regard to how we interact with each other. And even though there's conflict, even though there's discord, even though it's causing people to have a lot of misfortune, even though there's a lot of death occurring on this planet, we can't disconnect, or the advice is not to disconnect from it, but to realize that we're all one. We're one with the earth. We're one with people. We're one with the community. We're not separate. So whatever the earth is going through and however the earth looks, know that you are one with it. Know that it's not separate experience from you. It's not a separate thing from you. Your body is earth. It came from the earth and it will go back to the earth. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Okay? So another message I'm getting from this card is that perhaps the wealthy man and the privileged lady will go on a journey to work and make a difference with the actual ecosystem, with the actual planet, and the work, you know, that is here to do on the planet with regard to, you know, sustainable living, sustainable earth, a new earth. That's a very strong message. Okay, now I want to do, and these cards were calling to me like really strongly today, some cards from the Ascended Master, Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Please, Spirit, give me a few cards to further illuminate, to further understand what is going on here with the wealthy man and the privileged lady, the great fortune, the pathway, and the house Anna. But mainly with the great fortune, please. Go now, baby, go now. It's on. See that light? That's that light from that great fortune. You've got the green light. There's no doubt. You've got the green light. You need to proceed. And the next card, did you see me pull this? I can't make this stuff up. Flower of Prosperity. Lakshma. I'm going to read this card from the book. That is so wild. Okay. There's no coincidences in the universe. There are none. Flower of Prosperity. Lakshmi. Lakshmi, in case I slaughtered that name pronunciation. This card indicates that your prayers about finances have been heard and answered. Ooh! Tap into your manifestation power by focusing on abundance instead of worrying about money. You have nothing to fear. A new flow of prosperity supporting you and your loved ones. Additional meanings for this card. Stop worrying about money. Worries only attract money problems. Everything's going to be okay. Especially with respect to finances, you have the support to make the desired life changes right now. Visualize and affirm prosperity. Hey guys, I have to say that, if you don't have an altar for money, a money altar, make one. Now's the time. I don't have one, and I'm going to actually create one ASAP, given what this reading is saying. And how do you make a money altar? Well, you can Google it. There are a lot of good YouTubers who have made videos about prosperity altars, about how to make them. So I can give you a few hints. And so when you're making an altar, you want to think about colors. You want to think about what things represent. Everything is symbolic. So green is representative of prosperity, is one of the colors that is representative of prosperity. Ma'at, for sure, she is great prosperity, which corresponds to the central reading of this card, of this reading. Ma'at would represent great prosperity. So whatever represents Ma'at, she's an Egyptian goddess. You could use lotus flowers. There's a lot of different correspondences. Google them. You could use actual money on your altar. You could put candles that are laced in cinnamon and what other prosperity herbs are there? Look, Google the prosperity herbs. You can put those in and on your candle. Then, most important when you're doing any kind of spiritual work is to put your intention into it. While you're creating your altar, you're not allowed to have any negative lack thoughts. You're only allowed to focus on building your abundance and asking Spirit, what is it that you want me to put here? How can I best, create this altar to help me to manifest powerfully my great fortune? That is the mind frame, the meditation, that the mindset that you want to be in when you create your altar. This is the time now. So go do it. Let the prosperity flow. God bless. I am amazed at this reading. You guys, I'm so happy to have the good fortune to come to you today. I thank you. I bless you. I ask you to like, subscribe, and share my videos if you so feel moved to do so. And I bless you all. Amen. Goodbye.